This your boy Megatron the God, and you tuning in to OnSight.
Glad to have you on the show.
Glad to be here. Definitely, definitely.
All right. So, first off, this is the main question I'm pretty sure a lot of people want to know. It's on their mind.
Okay.
How did we come about being named Lord Grim Megatron the God? It's a long name, bro.
Um, as a as a child, there was only two things that could get me to be soothed and smooth when I was crying and to go to sleep. One was either you had to play some music, or two, my mother would put me in the car, drive me past the church, and down the dirt road is a graveyard. And when she would get to the graveyard, she said I would my eyes would light up, and I kind of laugh and giggle, and then I'd go to sleep. So she started calling me her little Grim, which she thought something was wrong with me, but my godmother told her no, he just a spirit child, baby. That's all it is. So that's where that term came from, Grim. And then as I got older, um, the Lord Grim Reaper came attached to it. Well, then as I matured, I looked at that as like an alter ego. All my hardships, all the street running and hard lessons learned, that's Grim. When I kind of matured more, and also became a Mason, shout out to Celestial Lodge number 16, District 26.
Okay.
I started exerting a certain type of light in that maturity, and it also reflects in my music also. That's where Megatron the God comes from. So I mean, I believe in everybody you have good and evil, balances and checks, but to be able to recognize both sides and control them, hey, that's what makes you 100%.
Okay. All right. You break down the Megatron for me, though.
Actually, there's an angel called MegaTron. He's an archangel.
Yeah.
So those who know me very closely know, I'm a very spiritual person.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say religious, but I'm a very spiritual person.
All
So
right.
that kind of, and actually at first it was Metatron,
Okay.
but now here's a funny story. I have knotty hair. When my hair growing up, I just got knotty hair. One of my uncles say, "Man, this hair's so knotty, it's like state troopers. It pull up and park anywhere." But there's another older gentleman that grew up in the neighborhood. His name was Meg, also. So they called me Meg, called him Meg, and then one day we actually met, and then Megatron just stuck. And they also called me Meg in Harnett County, which had something totally different. They were a copy, and I think a little Peter Griffin, something like a little inside family joke.
Yeah.
Inside family joke, but Megatron the God was born.
Okay. All right. All right. That's a good answer. All righty then. So, let's talk about artists that's in the industry, and we gonna balance some names up against each other,
Okay.
just to kind of make it interesting early.
So you gotta set this up properly, bro. I don't mean to interject.
That's fine. That's fine.
We gotta set this up properly because we're introducing new segments. So
Okay.
Also,
always
it's a segment.
this is a segment.
Okay.
Always in the spirit of hip hop, and you should be honored that you're the first. But we want to pre-warn you: this is not going to be an easy challenge. So, give you the rules of engagement. Without thought, we are going to give you two artists, this or that. Who you got? We're calling this segment "Who You Got," but it's basically a game of this or that.
Ain't no ties.
Ain't no ties. It's just two artists. And who do you pick?
So this is who you got.
Who you got?
All right. So Drake or Kanye?
Kanye.
KRS One or Rakim?
KRS One.
Kendrick or Cole?
Kendrick.
Lil Kim or Meg?
Look, Kim.
Rhapsody or Queen Latifah?
Who you got? That felt good in 30 seconds.
Yeah. I'm gonna put some sauce on it after you hit me.
I mean, that's a conflicting answer. That's a conflicting question. Oh man.
Rhapsody or Queen Latifah?
Black Power. Queen Latifah.
Now, so that I got you painted in the corner, I'm gonna hit you with this one. Boosie or T.I.?
Now that's just not fair.
I know it ain't.
That is not fair. That is not fair.
That's why we on site.
Oh wow. That is not fair. Oh man.
The longer you think, we're gonna put like little math equations over you
I mean,
in
it
the
kind of
layout
depends
and
on
everything.
what kind of day you having. You know what I mean? This
We're gonna play the Jeopardy music.
man. That's messed up. Man. That really
Appreciate
stuck
it.
me, man. That's a hard one for me. Cause I like both of them personally.
I think
for
that's a
different
hard
reasons.
one for anybody in North Carolina, because we identify with Boosie and T.I. because we
Definitely.
love trap music, but Boosie is, I think, a big Southern favorite. Period. In the South, you know what I'm saying, and he does trap music too. So it's kind of like, I need the answer though. It's okay that you know.
Boosie badass.
All right, okay.
And that hurt. Just to let you know, that hurt.
It's okay.
That hurt. That hurt.
You've been compared to Boosie.
I know.
You've been compared to Boosie, so how does that feel like? What's your take on that?
First, I'll say I'm my own person, but in the light of the gesture, I'm honored. You know what I mean? That's somebody I've watched growing up. Love his music, his following. I have no problem with that. I can't wait till we meet.
For sure. All right. So, following that question, I want to know exactly what artist influenced you the most.
As in to start rapping or formulated the way I am.
Influence. Whenever we use influence around here, that's an open box. So, which artist would you say, you know what I'm saying, readily and available, influence you the most, just period? Yeah, buddy, you got the good questions today.
Yeah, yeah, that is a hard, because I draw from a collective. I don't have just one, like, boom.
None of them stick out?
So then that's the answer.
Yeah.
You can give that answer.
Yeah. I must say I draw from a collective of different artists.
So who are those artists?
Okay.
Kanye is definitely one. Lil Wayne, his work ethic, I love it. Jay-Z's entrepreneurial status, not particularly what he's done in music, but the way he used music as a platform to make other business endeavors.
Right.
T.I. definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. T.I. definitely. Lil Bootsy. And a few, believe it or not, battle rappers.
Okay. All right. I can see that. Alrighty then. So we're gonna get into some songs. We're gonna talk about some songs.
Okay.
So the first one we want to talk about, and maybe what state of mind you was in when you wrote this, Andy Griffith.
There's controversy behind that record.
There is. It is. I'm not gonna call the artist's name out, the major artist's name out, but there was a discrepancy about a beat. I ended up having to wave the white flag for it. So it just came to a point where, you know what? Don't cry over no spilt milk. Turn your sour lemons into lemonade. A little birdie came in my ear, says, "Hey man, if you done that, go get you a better beat, boost it up, come back twice as hard." So that was more of a I can't be stopped type of track.
Okay.
There's a
All right.
lot of
So
points.
it's motivational.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. I will say Andy Griffin is one of my motivational tracks that I hold dear to me. Like, you know what? You want to get a sense of me and my ego? Listen to Andy Griffin.
Yeah, so I think I should chime in right here because I've heard that record. I don't know how many people have been privy to hear that record, but I've definitely heard that record, and the record is fire. So what is your plan for it? Like, are you going to change the track and then re-release it, or just if people are lucky enough to get that particular version, then they're blessed? Like, what's your take on that?
That is actually and it has been changed. So the track that is out now is out on all platforms. Go get it. Download it in all 52 stores, national, international, please. Go get it.
Okay.
See me? Pedal. Break. Come on. Pedal. Flip. Go. Y'all love where y'all live? Yeah. Y'all gotta change the narrative, okay? Let's go. Hey, family on two. 1, 2. Family. There you go. Y'all go. For the past 3 years, I had something on my heart to come back and get back to my hometown. And then the pandemic made it even more evident with all the guys sitting around not being able to have football in our area. I just chose this time to come back and give everything I had to my community. You play games? iPad? Okay. So y'all gotta start moving around a whole lot more. You hear me? Or guess what? Get up in the morning and work out, then play the game. You got the whole day to do it. Y'all got me? Have hands ready. Work your feet. Keep your eyes right. Here, 1. The biggest thing is this. The kids gotta get up and move. Sitting in the house is giving us the opportunity to fall behind even more, especially in low-income communities. Bang! 1. Other one. Yeah, good job. Flip. There you go. Keep working. The thing I'm trying to do is change the narrative of my town, which is our city. I love my city, and I'm just trying to put us on the map.
I would like to know a little bit about BME, and not only just BME, but its roster. Break that down to me. Let's chat about that.
BME, as you know, the acronym stands for Black Mouth Entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
Being that in the past, the black nation didn't have a voice of anything. It seemed like we was given the scraps of society. We just had to catch the crumbs off the table, whether it's high, middle, low class. Now the tables are turning. Now we're becoming more knowledgeable, as the young folks say, woke, but more keen and knowledge of self. So now that we're speaking with more content, fullness, and totality of knowledge and intellectualism. Actually knowing what we're talking about, being able to stand on something. Right. So the Black Lives Matter came out, things like that. I was involved in that. A lot of that had to deal with the name of Black Mouth Entertainment.
Okay.
If you look at the urban culture today, hands down, we control the culture. If we turn our hat sideways within the next 2 weeks, everybody else is going to rock their hat sideways. If we're rocking Gucci, or we say Gucci, or particular. Oh no, let me not say that, because I can't say Gucci on here. But anyway,
We talk about it. We just not gonna show their product.
yeah. Okay,
Right.
okay. Just make sure I ain't do no brand infringement.
Nah.
But basically, our style is seen, imitated, and mimicked.
Facts.
I just want to make sure that, for once, North Carolina has its own pillar and empire.
Okay. So what's going on with BME further than the name itself? Break that down to me.
Further than that, we got a lot of good things and sources. It was BME. We've just hooked up with some more associates. BME and NHN Royal Family. So I must say shout out to NHN McFly and Freaky. Made some real good networking connections. Shout out to Groundhouse and Trail, Cash. Our main focus right now is New York is self-defining, self-reliant, self-propelling.
True.
When you think of Rock Nation, is the empire of New York. When you go to Cali, Cali doesn't have to run to anybody to get Cali on. Cali
True.
is self-defining, self-reliant, self-efficient, along with Texas, Miami, and down south. But it seems like when it comes to North Carolina, we always have to outsource to get on. Now, granted, we had Petey Pablo who came. We've had J. Cole, who's majorly successful. We have the baby doing his thing in Charlotte. Not taking anything from these guys. These guys are phenomenal entertainers, phenomenal artists, phenomenal creators. But what I want to see is somebody to actually stick a flag in North Carolina and say, now here's our empire. Y'all come see us. We're one of the hot commodities. We're one of the big pillars of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sitting chairs. That's what I would like to see. BME is a label that educates all his artists. Now, most labels, there's the label and all the artists aside. Well, they say if you cut the head, the body falls. In BME, all the artists are independent. So we're put together and we stick together under a different code.
Right.
Not under having to be, but wanting to be.
Right.
There's an old saying, I'd rather go to a job where I make a little money and I love it and excited to getting up every day than go to a job that I hate and I make a lot of money. Same thing here. So there's a level of trust when you empower an artist to be self-efficient, knowing what's going on with his business and his artistry, and educating on how to manage and rely on himself along with the group.
Gotcha.
So worst come to worst, say my head is cut off, where everybody else here is independent. So you cut one off, 2 more grow like a hydrant.
Okay. All right. I like that.
And I learned that, I think Bootsy said in the last interview, he said the difference between me and them is I'm not signing nobody. So where I think Rick Ross made a comment maybe a year back on the track about she ain't even know it. He got penalized for that because what he's under, they have a certain ethic, guide rule, what you can say, what you can't say. You know what I'm saying? Whether that's your personal opinion or not, there's a certain beat you have to step to when you're under that regime.
Right.
Unlike Lil Bootsy or Yo Gotti or one of those that's independent,
Right.
they are more free to say what they want to say or make other decisions. Like you say, you can't cancel me. I got Boosie badge.
Right.
I say what I want to say, do what I want to do. I don't have to step to your drum. When you have that power and you use it right, it can really be an asset to you.
True.
So to take that mindset and that empowerment and spread it out amongst a group and have a bunch of bosses at the table,
Right.
I think that's going to be an outstanding achievement, and I really can't wait to see the fruits of that labor.
Okay. That's it. It's always good to be modular, man. That's what OnSight is. That's the model at OnSight. It's modular. So I see the chain, I see the ring, and you spoke about it earlier. Clue me in on, you know what I'm saying, like as much as you can about being a Mason.
You want to be one, you have to ask one.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I tell anybody, do your research. Don't believe what you've been told. Don't run to the internet. Find out for yourself.
Okay.
I'll say on the back end, it's not for everybody.
Right.
Everybody's not a basketball player. Everybody can't play chess. Everybody don't like watching CSI.
So what made you want to become a Mason?
the pursuit of knowledge and the truth, which, my Masonic association isn't the only society I'm associated with. I have an Iliad of things I'm connected with, but all of it comes down to the pursuit of knowledge, the truth. Point blank, period. I love knowledge.
Okay. All right. So what do you know about Noble Drew Ali? Talk to me. And we talking about truth, we gotta speak on brother the prophet Noble Drew Ali. And I know like he really delved in the Masonic society before he moved on.
To be in the Muslim faith.
Mm-hmm.
I did my studying of that, Ali's and Bays. I'll say this. From studying, first being raised in a Christian neighborhood,
Mm-hmm.
the question came to me, why are you a Christian? And obviously, because my mama is. That wasn't good enough. The moment that challenge came up, I knew there was something I was missing. One of my mentors, my godbrother, Montreal Lyons, was in the fraternity Omega Psi Phi Incorporated.
Mm-hmm.
Instilled a lot of knowledge in me, and from there I took off. The Muslim faith, with any religion, you eat the meat and spit out the bone. There's something good to learn from everything. But
Right.
for any one person to be in their religion and say my religion is right and whole totality and everybody else is wrong, that's ignorant.
Makes sense. It makes sense. I mean, we live in a world that's open. So, let's get to the music. Okay. What's the next single first? And then when can we expect an entire album next?
Okay. Bad Yeah Yeah was the first single. That was, I would say, like a light debut. That was my introduction. Hey, I'm here. The next single coming out now is Halftime.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a drive that. And if you haven't heard Halftime, you can chime in on YouTube. That will be on all platforms very soon. The visual coming out for that. Album wise, I'll definitely be coming out with an album next year. This year, it'll be the mixtape Street Illusions, and possibly from industry to industry.
Okay.
So I'm battling with those two right now. I've been working with my partner Cash and my engineer Mac Fly to make sure the project is consolidated and everything is in its right proper order. And then I'm gonna bounce and talk to get with Grindhouse and make sure that visual is on point, and we gonna bring the product to you in live fashion.
So I got something to give to you. That's an official OnSight tee.
Yeah, yeah, I appreciate that. Appreciate that.
Did you know that the platform had merchandise?
Oh yeah.
Yep. So outside of tees, we got Bluetooth speakers. We got you can get you some headphones with the OnSight logo on there. As you can see, we got a rug. You can get possibly any kind of merchandise that's available to you. You can get it with the OnSight logo on it.
Oh,
And
wow.
we have a website for that. So our partner in that is Raising Cane Apparel. And if you ever get a chance to check them out, go to IG and check out Raising Cane Apparel. And if you want to do any merch, you know what I'm saying, for yourself, that's just an endorsement. They do those things for other people too. And you check out their apparel, they got a lot of options.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's the next thing I'm on. I actually got some shoes cooking up.
Okay.
Shout out, thanks to Goods the Animal, for giving me that tip. Yes, definitely.
And also the water that you're drinking. The water that you're drinking is Maji. Maji is from one of our partners, and he is in Charlotte. It's a Charlotte-based company, but the owner and operator of Maji is actually from Sanford also.
Playboy Slim.
Yes, sir.
One of the people I actually grew up watching rap in Esquire. So he had a head and I believe it was actually him, Echo and Rebel Reed, that actually gave me my first chance to rap in public at Lyceum.
Okay.
I skipped class from East Lee because they used to rap and bang on the trash can and have their little freestyle things in the little commons area, and we skipped school to go over there and see what they was doing.
Right.
And hear, who finna drop this and da 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 da. You bug them enough. Finally, they be like, man, go ahead, man. Let's see what he got to say.
Yeah.
And then, whoa, wait a minute. Little Rascal can rap. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's good. That's good to see. Good to see black entrepreneurs doing things, and we supporting each other. So yeah, y'all go get that Maji. I'm actually finna get on this too. Also, it's good to know.
Yeah. They got spring water and they have alkaline water.
And
so if you like alkaline water, they
person.
have alkaline water available also. Is there anybody in the city that you want to big up, you want to salute, your team, shout out? This is your chance right here.
All right, well, first and foremost, I have to thank Jonathan and OnSight for having me on this platform for today. Grindhouse and Trail. As far as resources and associates of BME go that you tap into, Cash with the Set Trap versus Everybody, Coco, Aggrandize. As far as my team and my operating team, I really couldn't do without these guys, man. Mac Fly, my engineer, NHN Jet, Code Red, Jug Ridge, Heavy, who's associated with us, ABG, who's associated, connected with us in ways. Everybody's coming together, making sure these projects and things really get moving. Shout out to Freaky, Real Freaky, Don DeMarco. My mother, who I always thank, man, for giving me a second chance at life. She adopted me and really gave me a second chance at life and really pushed me to pursue this music endeavor of mine. My hometown, Joneses, Montague, Chatham County, Lee County, Harney County. You know what's up, man. So, if For everybody that's out there rooting and pushing us on and supporting us, thank you from the bottom of my heart, man. And please stay tuned, tapped in. There's great things to come and even greater things to be. Appreciate it.